Hi, Keith the Gospel Reader here. Just a short explanation of why there haven't been any scriptures for the last week or so. For the last year I have been battling an infection in my right foot. I had a hole about half the size of a golf ball in it that didn't want to heal up very well, and we couldn't figure out why. On Monday, I think it was the 22nd of March, my normal 15-minute doctor appointment, which I have every 2 or 3 weeks, turned into a 2-hour set of consultations with orthopedic surgeons and regional infection control officers and other sorts of things. And it was decided I needed a specialist to look at this, somebody very highly qualified. And so some more tests were run, x-rays were taken, and I saw an orthopedic surgeon in a hospital about 50 miles away. And he took one look at it and said it needs to come off. And so on Wednesday, the 24th of March, at about 5 o'clock at night, after having been in hospital for 2 days and having done no scriptures that week so far, the bottom half of my right leg, most of it anyway, was amputated about 8 inches below the knee. And I came home Friday, the 26th, at about 5 o'clock. It took me a couple of days to get used to operating on a wheelchair and a walker, and learning how not to fall, and cooking from a sitting position, and doing the other things that have a little bit of a learning curve to them. We had to move the backdrop behind me and back several feet so that I could get in with the wheelchair. And yesterday I read and commented on 14 chapters, which I'm going to upload at the same time this is. And hopefully by the end of the day I will have completed reading the chapters that I'm going to read in the Old Testament, and on Wednesday we'll start on the New Testament. And so for those of you who have been reading along with my reading and commenting and have wondered why it stopped, that's what it is. I am not suffering any major amount of pain, and I am not worried too much about this. I realize that when I die I'll get a replacement one anyway, so the loss is temporary. And when you're living at home alone, as I do, things get a little complicated when you're sort of looking after yourself, and things just get a little more awkward from a wheelchair than they are from when you're normally walking on both feet. But we'll survive. We'll get by. So from here on out, hopefully, we'll be continuing to read, and probably reading the New Testament a little slower than we've been going through the Old Testament. It will take, I think, a little more commentary to do justice to many of the things in the New Testament. There's been a lot of imagery that isn't there, but a lot more doctrine that we can profit from. And so I'll try and be more precise in the doctrine and more explanatory in many of the things, and be able to bring in more scripture from other sources, Dead Sea Scrolls, etc., etc., that will add some light onto many of the scriptures that we have in the New Testament and have the joy in and think we know so much about that we really don't. We'll look forward to the adventure. Have a lovely day. Keith, Gospel Reader.